Hey guys, it's Lala. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing a cook with me type video today. A lot of you guys say that you miss my cooking videos, so I thought I would share one with you today. It is one that I did like 4 years ago, but I thought I would redo the video and share it with you now. So before I get started, if you're new to my channel, you want to see more of these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. So what we're going to be doing is taco lasagna, and this is one of Greg's favorite recipes. I have not made it in a very long time, so I want to go ahead and share that with you. If you have never seen the video, then this will be new to you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you the ingredients that I use. So I'm going to be using 1 pound of ground beef. You can use ground turkey, ground pork, whatever you want. And you could even use more meat if you'd like. But I'm going to be using 1 pound of ground beef. You're also going to need 1 egg. Also some ricotta cheese. And again, you can use the whole, like the regular, or you can use the skim. Salsa, any kind of salsa, your favorite kind. Taco seasoning, or if you don't like the store packaged taco seasoning, you make your own, that's fine. Oven ready lasagna, no boiling, okay? Also going to need some shredded cheese. I'm using the Great Value Fiesta blend. This one has Monterey Jack, cheddar, queso quesadilla, and asadero. You can use whatever cheese you want, okay? This is a 2-cup bag. This should be plenty. If I need more, I have some shredded cheddar that I'll add. First thing you're gonna do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, once you preheat your oven, I don't think I mentioned it, but you're also gonna need aluminum foil and a 13x9. So that's what I have there. There's a 13x9. And it doesn't have to be glass. You can use whatever you have. So next, since we don't have to boil our noodles, we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to brown my ground beef. So that's the first step. Well, not the first step, but that's the first step in cooking, is brown your ground beef. Some people choose to brown their ground beef in a skillet. I prefer a pot because I'm a messy cook. That's just, it is what it is. I admit it, but I am messy. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my heat on, my stove. Let me get my ground beef opened. I'm just gonna break my ground beef up a little bit. Put it here in my pot and wait for it to start to cook. I love these little things. They come from Dollar Tree. It just really helps break the ground beef up. I don't always use this. Sometimes I'll use a wooden spoon, but this does work. It does work pretty good. So I'm sure we all know how to ground beef. Once this is all browned, I'll come back. So once your ground beef is browned, we're going to drain the fat. We don't want that grease and stuff in there. So let's drain that and then we'll put it back in the pot. Okay, so we have drained it, added it back to our pot. Next, what we're gonna do is we're going to add our taco seasoning, and I'll show you that. All right, so I'm just gonna add my taco seasoning, and then I'm gonna fill this packet up with water and add 1 thing of water in there as well. Okay, so I take that and I add that. Then I'm gonna take a spoon, mix it all together, and I'm gonna turn my burner back on, and I'm gonna put it on a medium heat so it can, come to a boil and cook a lot and cook some of the liquid out of it. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put it on a medium heat, and again it'll start to cook and cook some of that liquid out because we don't want it obviously this liquid. Same way you prepare like hamburger meat, ground beef for like tacos or something, you know? Like this is old school. Make sure it's mixed really well. So next what we're going to do is we're going to take our ricotta cheese and we're going to put the entire container into a bowl. Take a spoon and just kind of break it down a little bit, kind of soften it up. Next, we're going to take 1 egg and we're going to crack the egg into the ricotta. We're just going to mix the egg and the ricotta together. Some people also like to add refried beans to theirs. They can. This would be a good time to put those in a pot and warm them up just a little bit so they're spreadable. You want your consistency to kind of be like this. You want to be able to spread it. You guys see that good? You want to be able to spread it out. You don't want it watery, but you want it to be able to spread. So you want your ground beef. I turned my burner off. You can see there's a little bit of juice in there, but not much. That'll dry out. You don't want it really dry. So our ground beef is done. Our ricotta is mixed. Now it's time to layer. Hopefully you guys can see okay. So you don't need to grease this or anything like that. This is my 13 by 9. And you're going to take your oven ready lasagna noodles and you're going to layer them like you would a regular lasagna. So if I remember correctly, I'll have to break one, but if it was a little bit shorter, that would be helpful, but this is the size that I have. So this is the size that I'm working with. And then I'll take another noodle and I'll kind of break it in half. Okay. And I'll set it down here. So it does not have to be perfect. So we're gonna layer. The first thing we're gonna layer is our ricotta. So there's not like a perfect way to do this. So I just take a spoonful of ricotta, I lay it down on the noodles, and I just try to spread it out the best I can. Okay? Next thing I'm gonna do, and I recommend using a spoon, a slotted spoon. It just makes it a little bit easier. The next thing you're gonna do is take your ground beef and you're going to sprinkle your ground beef on your noodles. So next you're going to take your salsa and you're going to spread it out over your ground beef. You can use a spoon and just do it like this, or you can pour it if you feel like, you know, your hand-eye coordination is that good. I am pretty positive I would make a mess, so that's why I'm not going to do it. You're going to take your shredded cheese and you're going to put a little bit of cheese. Now, at this part, you can add anything else you want. If you wanted to do black olives, jalapenos, you wanted to do guacamole, sour cream, anything you want. I mean, you can do. It's your recipe. It's yours. This is just how I do ours. This is what Greg and I like. So next, you're going to take more of your noodles and you're going to just set them and give them a little press right on top. This one broke a little bit better, so we're going to put that there. Put a piece there. And we're going to do the same thing. Ricotta, ground beef, sour cream, cheese. Then we'll do another layer of noodles and then repeat. So you're going to layer it all the way up like you would a regular lasagna. So I'm going to finish layering and then I'll be back. This is where the majority of my cheese goes. I'm going to cover this in cheese. Now, if you don't like a lot of cheese, then okay. But in reality, it's only 2 cups that I used in this entire taco lasagna. We both, Greg and I, prefer a lot of cheese on the top. And again, this is just how I do it. And you are more than welcome to do this however it works for you and your family. Like if Greg liked black olives, I would add black olives. But Greg does not. Also, I use chunky salsa, but if I didn't, if I only had like, you know, a non-chunky salsa, I would use onions and things like that. But luckily, the salsa I use has all of that. So now, what we're going to do, now that our lasagna is layered and put together, we're going to get our foil because this needs to be covered tightly. And we're going to get our foil. So I'm going to just cover this very tightly. Not like, you know, there's not like crazy. When I say very tightly, just, you know what I mean. It's not tented or anything. It's just tight. Now we're going to put this in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, so I just took it out of the oven. I'm going to take the foil off. And there we have it. Let me turn you guys around. This is my taco lasagna. going to sit here. I'm going to let it sit for just a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to cut it and serve it. You can add, I'll add like a dollop of sour cream onto mine. You can add extra salsa. I have that as well. You can add anything you want on the top of it. But that's what it looks like. Get into it. You can see it's what it looks like on all the sides. So it's going to be really, really yummy. So if you guys like this recipe and you want to see more recipes, more cooking videos, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you've got your bell turned on so you get notified when I upload future videos. And that's all that I have for you guys. See you on the next video. Bye.